I'm sick of you being whack and still using that motherfucking auto-tune, so let's talk about it. I'm sick of your mumble rap mouth, need to get the cock about it before we can even talk about it. I'm sick of your blonde hair and earrings, just cause you look in the mirror and think that you're Marshall Mathers. Don't mean you are and you're not about it, so just leave my dick in your mouth and keep my daughter outie. You fuck.
I thought you said this wasn't gonna be that different from the last place.
It won't be once we get our stuff moved in.
So it's about this family that move into this house, and there's a hole in the basement that some evil things come out of. And you'll notice straight away we've got the black void and the smoke, even with the movie titles for the companies involved. I will say that some people don't know what this stuff means. When I worked in television, I actually ended up meeting the main character in this, and he knew nothing of what this was about. Not that I did at the time, but I can tell you, he is not part of this conspiracy. Not everyone in these movies knows what these things mean. They're quite innocent, in fact. They're just trying to make a career in the industry, which of course is satanic. So we go down to the basement, and in the basement there is a hole, a shaft, which is locked shut. Cain's house, Cain in the basement, hell, the bottomless pit, and of course the smoke in the shaft, just like in the Bible, in Revelation, the great smoke of a great furnace, the bottomless pit, and of course these things have all to do with Saturn and Hades.
I think it's just a really deep hole that creepy Carl dug up.
So what's the first thing he does here? He tips the nails down. Remember the nails, Vav, 666, just like Christ, when Christ was crucified, he was pinned to the cross with the nails. And essentially that was a nail in the coffin for these things, which needs to be reversed. I mean, that's just common sense in terms of Christ's death, sealing them in, and these things need to be reversed. So essentially you could say the nail needs to be removed. The nail in the coffin of the kingdom of death needs to be reversed. And the way that that's reversed is by our permission, and certainly using us to rebel, using the people to rebel against the true Father of life. And the more people turn towards the beast and rebel against the true Father of life, these things get more energy and permission to break free. Deep into the darkness of the shaft, where all these demons and creepy things come out, where your fears hide, room 101, the clown, it, Satan's kingdom. Notice he does his left eye. This is Satan's kingdom, Cain's house. These are the demons, two-way mirrors. All to do with portals, two-way mirrors, the entities coming through. The door they are trying to open.
Maybe it's a wormhole, like a door.
See what he says there? He says, maybe it's a wormhole.
Maybe it's a wormhole, like a doorway between different universes.
Yep, they tell you the exact truth there. Maybe it's a wormhole, like a door between different universes, parallel dimensions, all that.
Doorway between different universes.
Check the box off.
So, and we get another reference to the nail being removed.
Maybe it's a wormhole, like a doorway between different universes.
Check the box off. You should have done it. You shouldn't have opened it.
And down the rabbit hole. And in the movie, which I did see a while back, this guy's father is that Cain figure in the rabbit hole, which of course is the underworld, the warren, the womb, in the rabbit hole.
You look in the hole, it brings your fears to life.
Room 101, of course, climbing the ladder. There's your Cain figure coming out of the smoke. This guy Cain, that's representing that Cain figure, the master of this house, of this underworld. He comes out of the smoke there, and he has a massive chain which he chastises with, and just an incredibly creepy figure. 1,000 points of light, Lucifer. Of course, it's all about Lucifer getting them out of the pit.
We all saw that, right?
You're talking about the little girl that just crawled into the bottomless pit under your house? Yeah. I think we all saw that.
They tell you exactly what they're doing. They tell you exactly, hidden in plain sight. Always. The bottomless pit, the hole, which of course the hole is the same as the Vatican Jesuit logo, the Black Sun logo, the ring, the hole, the Arnus, prophets of the Arnus, which Vatic Arnus, prophet of the Arnus, the ring, you know, all of the ring of fire, all of these things tie into the same thing, the aperture, all of it is to do with the same thing, the pit being opened. We're all in a house, and it's completely fallen. It's a battle between two kingdoms of light and darkness. And as I said before, the darkness will come first to trick you into striving or yearning for the light. But it's all part of the same beast, because it's a dualistic beast. And that's why we're all dualistic in our flesh, because we're marked by the beast. We've got good points and bad points. And this whole is the two pillars over and over and over again. Notice there you got kind of a wormholey storm, eye of the storm right there, which would be the gate. The eye is the gate.
How would you like to go to the best private party of your life?
Me, you, Mike, and Jeff.
Absolutely extracurricular.
All right, I'm in.
Oh, yes!
So this concept of the hole and the underworld has been portrayed in another movie from 2001 with Keira Knightley, where all manner of darkness and evil happens when they're trapped in this underground vent, and it's just another reference of the same thing.
It's gonna be fine.
No wonder people find these movies scary, because they are real. They are real. They're portrayed as imaginary, but they are actually real. And these concepts are just springing up all over in the media in many different many different ways, not always intentionally. Sometimes it can be influenced by the spiritual world. Sometimes they can be intentional, because it can be initiates of the, you know, mystery schools and of the secret societies. Sometimes they can be purposefully done. And someone said to me, how does, you know, Satan or Lucifer or whatever, how does all that stuff control this place when it's actually enchained, potentially in Saturn or in planets? Well, for one thing, it's spiritual, and for the other thing, they've got minions, both spiritual minions and fleshly minions. They've got the human, fleshly, elitist, mystery school, secret society members who will push this agenda in the mainstream media and in varying ways in schools and everything. And you've also got the demonic spiritual side that can influence. So, when we go back to the movie called The Ring, same thing again, The Ring, The Gate, The Ring movie, Through the Looking Glass, it was the same thing. Exact same thing. This ring, the Ring of Fire, the Gate, and the fuzzy TV, which I'll go into a second, but isn't it interesting that the phone rings when the ring appears on the television screen, all to do with a gate for these demonic spirits to manifest in these people's lives. I remember finding this movie incredibly creepy at the time. So they watch this black sun ring, and you'll notice the symbolism is uncanny when these things manifest. So it comes up through the shaft from the pit. The shaft. Fallen leaves, the fallen angels, fallen, all of it. They always show the fallen leaves to represent the fall. So you got this ring, and it's actually the light at the end of the tunnel when the entity comes through. The ladder again over the wall. There you go, light at the end of the tunnel. It's coming through the shaft. The white noise, the ether. Frequencies. These things use frequencies. Solomon's key, frequencies, as a way to unleash the pit. Did you see that? They love to slip in. They love to slip in the aperture of the camera. Remember, the aperture is the spiral, and the vision, the lens, the iris, the Siri iris, and that's the same thing. It's the gate, the eye, and these things are going to manifest through. Well, of course, you've got the eye on Saturn, and also the third eye. And there you go. There's your stone in front of the rolled stone, the rolling stone, which I guess when removed is when these things can come out of the womb. Finally, I want to look at this scene from The Ring. This is when the entity comes up from the pit. Remember, the ether is their means, their passage, their means of coming through with the frequencies. And there's an alarming thing happening on YouTube. Is that there's a popular channel, which someone showed me, where it is communication with demons through radio scrambling, and the radio scrambles, and they get voices responding to what their questions are, and these things are really, really dangerous. Really dangerous. Solomon's key, guys. Really, really dangerous frequencies through the ether. These things need a means and a passage to get out of where they are, and that's what provides it. Coming out there of the Cube TV through that, and you'll see that she's got the white noise running through her, which is obviously the energy that is used to come through. It's of the ether. And interesting shot. Come from the abyss as well, of course, down the well, the rabbit hole, just dripping with water from the sea, the air waves, the waves. Don't be tossed and turned by waves and winds of new doctrine. And look at this.